Hello and welcome to Skolaris Weekly. I'm your host, Martin Klemsa. This is a correction episode for the last episode, which dealt with Sudoku. Now, I mentioned last time that I don't play Sudoku. And it showed because I got it completely wrong. If you remember how I introduced these diagonal rules for Sudoku concerning two diagonals, 1 and 2. It turns out that there are no such rules in Sudoku. Now, to explain how that got in and how I got confused, I used two sources for the solutions that I showed later in that episode. And one of the sources was actually a modification of Sudoku, which was more complicated, which included the diagonal rules. And unfortunately, I applied those rules to the ordinary Sudoku, the easy Sudoku solution and the hard Sudoku solution. And if you remember last time, Skolaris wasn't able to solve them. Well, this can be explained now quite easily. Skolaris wasn't able to solve them because it used too many constraints that they weren't built for. Now let's check that medium Sudoku solution, which was based on the rules which I put in last time, which included the diagonals. So if we look at the constraint set, which I have renamed to Sudoku diagonal, we will find 6 enabled constraints, and the important one is this limit busy times constraint. We used limit busy times for configuring the diagonal time field limits for diagonal 1 and diagonal 2. And we have also changed some computation settings. This was quite important, so I'm going to do it again. So let's say just 5, 10, 2. And let's try to run this medium solution again just to verify our setup is correct. Now this should give the same result as the last time, which was very quickly obtaining the full 100% complete Sudoku solution. And indeed, that is what happens. Now, discard these changes and go to that easy Sudoku solution first. This Sudoku is from the actual real Sudoku source, which does not use the diagonal rules. So I have created a constraint configuration set called Sudoku, in which there are only 5 constraints turned on, and the teacher limit busy times is not among them. This means that our diagonal rules won't be applied to this solution. And in fact, that means that Skolaris should be able to solve this easily, just as predicted the last time. And indeed it does. So last time there were some doubts about the ability of optimization of Sudoku problems, and we spent quite some time on trying to find out what's wrong. Well, turns out the rules were wrong. Let's discard these changes and try the hard Sudoku as well. So I've recreated this one because I deleted it at the end of the last episode. but you can verify that this is indeed the same. And again, if I press play, I'm expecting this to be solved very quickly by Skolaris. Indeed, it has. So getting the rules right is very important. That applies to timetables as well. If you're not happy with the results Skolaris is giving you, please double check that your constraints are correct. It can bite you quite hard, and that's exactly what happened to me when I was recording the episode on Sudoku. That was not quite Sudoku. But all's well that ends well. Thank you very much for watching. Please use Skolaris for solving Sudoku that is hard for you and you're struggling with. And have a nice day. Bye.